Hey guys, today I want to talk about the Eight of Swords. And the tarot deck that I'm going to be using is the Melanated Classic Tarot. Those of you who've watched my videos in the past know that I absolutely love this deck. And one of the reasons why I love this deck because all the people in this deck is melanated. So it's based on a Rider-Waite tarot, but all the people in the deck are melanated. So I really love this deck, and for a while this deck was kind of hard to get, and when it became more accessible, I went out and got it first chance I had. So I'm pretty sure you can get this deck pretty easily now. For a while, like I said, it was hard to get, but now you can go out and get it. So it's based on the Rider-Waite deck, and some of the symbology is a little bit different, I think, but it's definitely a deck that you want to get, especially if you're melanated yourself. Anyway, before I start, I want to dedicate this video to the memory of Jill Janus. She was in a band called Huntress, and she died a couple of years back, and she did a video based on this card, the Eight of Swords. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link the video below, so if you're interested you can check the video out. It's one of my favorite videos ever, and I just wish the band was still around, and I wish she didn't have to pass away. I would recommend her music. She was a witch also, and a lot of her music reflects that too. So if you're interested in the music of Huntress, someone who was a practicing witch, I would highly recommend you going out and getting her stuff because it's still around. It's you can get it from Amazon. You can get it. I think you can still get it from their website too. So anyway, that's sort of like my plug for Jill Janus. All right, so the Eight of Swords, very interesting card. And one of the reasons why I say it's interesting because here you have the lady. She has a bandage over her face. And I would say bandage. It looks more like a bandage than a blindfold. But anyway, it's covering her eyes so she's not able to see. And then she has other bandages that kind of tie her up so she can't move. And around her she has 8 swords. To me, the feeling I'm getting from this card, and I haven't heard this anywhere else, this is just my own intuition. This is almost like an initiation that she's going through. It's not necessarily a punishment. I think with this card, the key is your intuition and getting your way out of a problem or a situation that you're in. And the reason why I say intuition is because if you look at the ground here, the ground has puddles of water, and water always, to me, represents the intuition. It represents the psychic mind. It represents getting rid of your problems from unconventional means. So that is how I associate water. And also, if you look back here, it has like a river or a lake in the background here, and a castle. Now I bring that up to bring this up. She's wearing orange and yellow, and for me personally, that represents the planet Jupiter, and the planet Jupiter represents career. It represents opportunity. If you have it at the high point of your birth chart, it represents success in a career, whatever career that you want to pursue. So, to me, this represents a new beginning. It represents an initiation into something new. And she might be leaving a bad situation. If you look in the background here, you see a castle, and the castle is kind of dreary looking. It is sort of, it's not gray, but it's sort of like a light brown and kind of has a copper top to it, but it doesn't really stand out. What stands out is her. What stands out is the fact that she's bound and she's standing on what looks like a combination of yellow and orange. Hence the planet Jupiter, which represents opportunity, it represents career. So how does she get out of the situation? Well, first she would have to remove the bandage from her eyes. After she does that, all she has to do is rub up against the swords on the side. And the swords represents opportunity. So if I saw this I'm doing a tarot card reading, I would say, hey, there's a lot of opportunities out there. All you have to do is choose one. So that is the feeling I get from this card. Of course, this card would take on different meanings depending on the person you're doing a reading for, or if you're doing a reading for yourself, it might take on a different meaning. Also, the card that would come before it, after it, above it, below it, depending on what tarot spread you're going to use, it would take on a different meaning. I think all cards, to a certain extent, are like that. But this is a very powerful card, and hey, to me it represents an initiation into something else. Something else that's better, I believe, because of the colors that are in the card, which is from the planet Jupiter. And if you look at the planet Jupiter, you would see a lot of the same colors in it. That's my own personal interpretation of Jupiter as it relates to this card. You might not see that anywhere else but this video, but that is the feeling I'm getting from this. So, a lot of opportunities that this person has. All she has to do is use her intuition to release the blindfold from her eyes and use her will to get herself unbandaged here or unbound here, and she can set herself free. Alright, so that is my interpretation of the Eight of Swords. So until next time, love is the law, peace, and I will see you in the next video.